Calvin, obviously you've headlined before, but I mean it was a bit of a different circumstance, a different situation, right? Does this feel like a big moment? Because it feels from the outside like a big moment in your career.
Definitely. Coming off wins, the moment only gets bigger. And I have another big opportunity in front of me come Saturday night against the number one fighter in the featherweight division, number 8 pound for pound, and I plan to go out and capitalize.
Yeah. The first main event didn't go your way, but like I said, a completely different set of circumstances. But is there anything that you took out of that experience that you're using this time around to, prepare?
Just that, the moment wasn't too big. I want more of them, and that I was ready for the next one. I was hungry for the next one, and I went out and I earned me a big win over Jeremy Stevens and got to get my first main event win against Dan Ige last fight. So now we're riding that momentum in a big fight with Max.
Yeah. Obviously, you're like you said, you're on the way up, right? I mean, we're all trying to figure out where Max is, right? I mean, he's lost, but he's lost to the absolute best in the game. So when you evaluate him, are you seeing a guy that's still very elite, or you seen a guy that's a step behind? What are you thinking?
No, I know right where Max is. He's right where he was left off. The people want to write you out a couple losses in this game, but like you said, you're fighting the best guys in the world, and it's not people think he won that last fight. So arguably he wins that fight. He's still the champ, and you guys are still thinking he's the best ever. So I'm ready to fight the best Max Holloway that stepped foot in the octagon, and I'm ready for 25 minutes.
Funny how that works, right? You go from greatest of all time to washed up in one fight.
Yeah, it happens quick, man. And and that just like that's a beat fight. People want to write me off real quick too, and we bounce back strong. And I'm just trying to ride this momentum and into a big fight with Max.
Fair enough. And last thing for me, I mean, I know you're certainly not looking past this, but this featherweight division is exciting right now, man. A lot of big names. I mean, you want to be at the very top. Is this enough to get you a title fight? I mean, do you feel like a championship matchup is next if you win this fight?
What else you got to do other than take out the number one guy? I'm the only featherweight fighter, I believe, to go 2-0 this year, and a win over Max. What more do I got to do?
Do you believe Max won that last fight?
So I got to watch that thing again. I should have been more prepared because I've been asked that question 100 times. But I was in Fight Island about to fight Dan Ige that fight, and I had watched it, and I thought he might have got the nod, but at the end of the day, I got to credit the champ too, because I know in that 5th round he kind of dug deep and got some takedowns, pushed the pace a little bit. So it was really close. But to have a fight that close, like you said, people are already ready to write off Max Holloway. It was a close fight with the champ, and that's what happens when you're fighting the best guys in the world.
When you were looking at your next fight, was Max a name that you thought was possible after his last loss?
I did, mostly because the division's so stagnant. None of these guys want to compete this year. It's like they found an excuse rather than a way all last year. And, I dealt with the pandemic too. I was training out of my garage with my brother and my mom doing strength and conditioning with a 40-pound sandbag, a rice bag or something like that. It's the biggest weight I had to prepare. I'm just trying to find a way, man. My reasons to, achieve my goals are far bigger than my excuses. And I think that's earned me a shot with Max Holloway to get that number one contender shot.
So since you've been active, like you said, the only one that's gone 2-0, were you prepared to fight someone below you just to stay active in this division?
Just ready to fight everybody and anybody. I'm just trying to compete, like I said, earn my shot. And that's not picking and choosing who you're fighting. That's just being ready to go when the time comes.
On the notes they passed out to us before this, that you made note that your hero was your mother.
I'm sorry?
You said your hero was your mother.
Oh, my hero, yeah.
Why her?
I just, I see how hard she works. For a while, it's just single mother raising 3 kids. My dad was there, but she had to handle a lot. And, I always have in my head, like, because of that separation, who's going to take care of her down the line, And I felt like I took that responsibility mentally. And I'm just trying to chase the life on the other side of a win with Max Holloway and improve my living standards, my families, my coaches, my teams. And, life gets better off wins.
When you look at Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega, how do you see that fight going?
Not focused on it, to be honest. I wish I can give it an ounce of attention, but I'm just not there yet. After Saturday night, I'll be tuning in for sure.
Is that just always the way you fight? You have to just focus on the guy? Right?
Yeah, I'm not even, honestly, I'm focused on, like tonight, getting in my workout, getting the right sleep. Tomorrow, be focused on the weight cut. Just do that enough every day, focus on winning the day every time, and eventually when the moment comes, you'll be ready for whatever that is. So I try not to focus ahead. I try to stay in the present moment. My monk mentality, like Ralph Font put me onto, and just staying in the present moment 24/7.
Is that something you've always done just naturally, or is that something you realised you actually really worked at it?
I think I've learned that it's a proactive mindset that you got to like reset every morning. You know, you got to shake out the cobwebs. You wake up and just remember the goals that you have in place and what you got to do to achieve them on a daily basis. And every day I got to remind myself, to just to check in and go to work. And it's a mentality that's earned, and I work hard for it every day. I try to improve my mentality every day.
You're going to have fans back for the first time in a year. What does that give you?
Post-fight, it's going to be great to take that in. Like I kind of focus all on that more after the fight. I'll hear them coming out. It'll be exciting, don't get me wrong, but if you look at my fights, I don't really look around. I look straight down the pipe, go in the octagon, focus on my opponent, and then after that, man, it's nothing better than hearing that crowd scream. And I felt like after the Jeremy fight, I missed that a lot. Ige fight, definitely, but the Jeremy one specifically, because that was a spectacular fashion. They erupt, moments like that. And in the early days of my career, that's what I lived for. They'd be chanting my name like second fight in, and I'm the main event. Like this kind of disrespectful to the rest of the card, but I'm like, damn, they motivate me. And then a big finish, they're erupting. We weren't getting 50K bonuses back then. It was the cheer and the roar of the crowd that was the bonus.
Just fighting on ABC.
Definitely. It's a great opportunity, but it doesn't change what I got to do. You know what I mean? It's all secondary, man. It's I'll be excited. It's kind of more so I'm in the moment right now. When I get past it, I probably for a short period, like, wow, that was crazy, man. ABC, holy shit, But right now, it changes nothing with the fight for me, really. Doesn't make Max Holloway any weaker or tougher come fight night. I don't think.
I know you had a long journey to get to the UFC, like 10 years, and training with Diaz brothers when you were younger and stuff. Do you think that it's all the right timing now, that all the journey has culminated to this point and you're ready to seize the opportunity?
Definitely. It's been like a decade and a half, like 15 years, man. It's been a long road, but I feel like I'm ready for it now. I feel like it is the right time. If it would have come earlier, I'm not so sure I would have handled it right. A lot of distractions, and really I think with the pandemic for me, it's really allowed me to focus and isolate my priorities and what's important in my life, and I just tripled down on it all 2020, and it's paying dividends, man. It's a great time to it's just a great checkpoint for me and my team, putting in the work for 15 years, like I said, and finally getting the opportunities I feel like we deserve.
Can you also elaborate on the training that you did with the Diaz brothers and maybe how that shaped you at that point, and the other training partners that you found to be really influential?
Definitely. Like I said, I was 3-0 at the time going out there. I was leading into that Elite XC fight, and I had gone out there 2 weeks out from the fight. Probably a mistake in hindsight because it was the hardest week of training, and that's usually when people dial back. But I got like 3 bloody noses a day. I was a kid from Boston, training with the kids from Cali, and it was all love. Like they respected the hard work, and it blew my mind. I went out there training morning to night. I was sleeping on Cesar Gracie's like living room floor, and when it's time to get up and go to work, we got up, and we didn't get back till like early morning, like 3 a.m. I remember we got in Nate's gym at like 12:31. He was throwing on his jeans and just finished up training, which was late as it was. But then Cesar said he had me coming in, and you want to give this kid some work? He's like, sure, all right. And he just goes, takes off his jeans, throws his shit back on. Just man, wanting to work. And that's what it was like out there. These guys just got into work 24/7. The gym was open all day for the fighters, and the gym I was at the time was only open at 6 to 8 p.m. and you can't really make it that far, with that level of commitment to the lifestyle. And I made the necessary changes, and it definitely set the tone for the way I train moving forward from that day.
Were you working with Nick or Nate?
It was kind of both. I was around both of them. I remember it was really cool. It was like we were going in the Oakland boxing gym. I'll never forget. With Nick and Nate, and we walk in, Andre Ward's hitting the heavy bag, in Oakland, And Virgil Hunter's there, his coach, is telling him, hey, pick it up. And he's like, I can't knock it out now. I can't. He's just ripping the bag, and I'm just like, holy shit, right? Like, it's wild, man. I'm like 19 years old, you know? And I'm like, do I got to, move from New England to make it in this game? Is that what I got to do? Do I got to leave my whole family? I'm a big, like, I'm tight with my family. And it was like, do I got to uproot everything that I've ever known to go make it in this game? And, credit to my team. We finally, found each other, developed what we think, that you can develop a small camp from New England and make it to the highest level of the sport. And right now, you got Rob Font, number 5 in the world. Tyson Chartier, my coach manager, getting coach of the year. And I'm number 6, knocking on number 1's door. So it's a credit to my team and everyone from New England that knowing that you don't have to leave the East Coast just to make it in this game.
Will we see a New England slap?
That's something, that's Stockton slap, man. I didn't take that home with me, but I definitely like to stand up, as you could tell, and I always look for the finish.
What's the chain as well? I like it, man. Sentimental?
Yeah, this is a gift. These are some UFC gloves, actually. Got my name on the inside. You should see the cartel one I got, though. We got a couple cartel ones. That's for fight night, though. Yeah, thank you.
You ever spar with Andre Ward?
Hell no. I was like 19. I think I sparred with Nate one time when I was out there in that gym. Did a round with him. I envisioned, give him a right to the body the whole time. It went out. First shot, bang, hit him right to the body, solid. I was like, I felt good about it. And then I was like, oh, shit. Like, bing, bang. Yeah, it was a long round. But, oh, yeah, man, those guys are real deal. And it was a good wake-up call, man. And it was all love those, solid. They showed me some love. I felt like they respected the fact that I was out there by myself. I didn't go with anybody. I was an 18, 19-year-old kid. I'll never forget. I get to the gym and there's this Venezuelan kid. He's like 20 years old. I'm 19. I just picture him coming from Venezuela, me coming from Boston, meeting in Cali, where the gym was, and we just beat the shit out of each other for like 5 rounds for Caesar just to see what we were made of. And I was just like, this shit's crazy. But it was, that kid ended up being like my buddy all week. That's how you got to earn your stripes. That's what I got out there. That kid drove me to the airport. He was hanging out with me all week, and you got to earn what you want. And it was a good week of training, and it really set the tone. Although I did get back with strep throat, 3 blood. I lost the fight, but whatever. It was all worth it to set the tone for the way I train now and set me on the right course moving forward. And now I'm fighting in Abu Dhabi out here in the desert. It's wild, man.
Was this always supposed to be in Abu Dhabi? I know originally something about it to be in Vegas.
Man, it was supposed to be in Vegas. I'm trying to fight in Vegas. It's like my mom's dream to see me out there fighting in Vegas. I think she just wants to go to Vegas, but that's also the fight mecca of the world, fighting in Vegas. And Rob, man, it makes it worse that this kid fights in Vegas every fight. He's like 7 fights deep in Vegas. And I either, it's 50-50, either Fight Island or Vegas, and I still can't get me a Vegas fight. But, one day it'll happen, and it'll be for the right reason. I don't know. But, yeah, I was excited. Nothing worse than not fighting in Vegas than saying you're going to fight in Vegas and then switching it, Stevens was supposed to be in Vegas too, but on the Adesanya undercard, and they pushed it to April and then May. Yeah, I'm hopeful for 2021.